Bandits are declared terrorists. How would that help to check their activities? Nigerians have not been able to deal with groups already declared terrorists, and some are clamoring that more should be declared. Leaders should ensure proper assessment of every idea before putting it to work. Otherwise, the problems become more complicated. Don't ignore certain advice even if it is coming from a supposed enemy. After all, there is sense in every nonsense. For instance, if they are declared terrorists, it will change the rules of engagement by the military. Now there are certain decisive actions the military cannot take because of international law. For example, they can't deploy the Super Tucano jets. Don't you think these guys are a breakaway group from the Bokos? Well, I don't have other facts. May God help us. But first thing first, federal government should stop calling IPOB terrorists. Southern leaders should get sense and stop all this childish silence. Gumi don't want killer bandits to be proscribed as terrorists, but Southeast can't protect peaceful IPOB just as Gumi is protecting bandits. This is a game plan. Southeast leaders, will I repeat, will regret every action they took against their people just to favor Fulanese because Fulanese will still kill them one by one after working for them. Now is the time to amend your ways and stand with your people to fight against marginalization. Definitely. Gumi is a member or a sponsor of the bandits in Nigeria, or maybe he may be receiving his own share from whatever the bandits are making from the kidnapping ransom. But wait for a moment. Are we sure the president is aware of the activities of Gumi, or is he sympathetic to the cause of the bandits in the country? Or is there any hidden agenda behind the activities of the bandits? I'm very confused here. And if we should look at it from this angle, the bandits are already carrying out acts of terrorism. So what's the difference if they are officially given the name of their actions? Nigeria is already finished by their actions, so they have to be declared as terrorists. Greetings to all my amazing subscribers, returning and yet to be subscribers. Hello. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, no matter how many people say no, all you need to find is one single person to say yes. Please keep on winning. Please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Sheikh Gumi cautions against declaring bandits as terrorists. Kaduna-based controversial Muslim cleric Sheikh Ahmed Gumi has cautioned against declaring bandits as terrorists, warning that such decision might have dire consequences. Of late, there have been renewed calls from different quarters for the federal government to declare them as terrorist organization. Early this month, the Senate and the House of Representatives, as well as the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, had called on the federal government to declare the bandits as terrorists. But Mr. Gomez, who has previously told their enclaves in order to persuade them to lay down arms, said declaring them as terrorists would radicalize them and aggravate the situation. In a long Facebook post titled, "Declaring Bandits as Terrorists will come with a price," the Sheikh said once they are declared so, foreign jihadist movement would join them. Nobody doubts that sentimentalism today overrides sensibility in our polity. For the sake of posterity, some people will have to speak out. The acts the bandits are committing now in Northwest have gradually, over time, become tantamount to terrorism because wherever innocent people, fatal victims, is pure terrorism. Yet, innocence these days is relative. We agreed if their children and women are also killed, they are guilty by association or collateral damage. So also the bandits may think the same way. It is right for vigilantes to lynch Fulani herdsmen or anyone that looks like them by profiling, but wrong for the herdsmen to ransack villages in retribution. They are pushed to believe it is an existential war, and in war, ethics are thrown to the winds. Yet again, the only helpful part that is against bandits is that no other than them are attracted to join them in the Northwest because of its ethnic tinge and coloration. However, the moment they are termed terrorists, Islamic for that matter, the direct foreign jihadist movement was set in force, and many timid unemployed youth may find it palatable and attractive shouting Allah Akbar plus AK-47 against a secular, immoral society where impunity reigns and the magnets for extremists are downtrodden. The majority of our youth. Already, these deadly terrorist groups are fighting for the soul of these bandits. This will give criminality a spiritual cover and remove the stigma of discrediting them with such crimes, since now they are fighting a jihad, as they will claim. In such a situation, does the larger society, as it is, has the moral high ground to fight back? This is the most probable consequence, the price of which is not worth it. Nothing stops the kinetic actions from going on without the controversy of semantics. But please kindly give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Northeast is already and is still devastated by this madness for over 12 years. If we allow terror to set in into these raw, naive, and unexposed bandits, Northwest will be in reins sooner than later. Already, IPOB is destroying Southeast, and Igboho has set the ball of confusion rolling in Southwest. For those who want to destroy the Northwest, it is a good recipe. Turn bandits into religious zealots. Tell me, what then remains of Nigerian? I have started to get these raw bandits out of their misadventure, but unfortunately, I have few helpers and a mountain of antagonists. The psychology in fighting natives is to induce a motive for their struggle. If they don't have one already, a motive that is manageable, and it is so managed. Unfortunately, reactions to threat in our nation is always slow and incoherent. I hope another Igbo cleric goes into the IPOB militants likewise and talks sense into them, and another pastor of Oduduwa land talks against the Igbo secessionist tribal movement by way of sensitizing people to the values of a cohesive nationalism that will guarantee freedom, equality, and justice for all. Religious forces can permeate hardened hearts where secular forces cannot. Regrettably, people just sit down in the comfort of their rooms or parlors and make useless passing comments that only add fuel to the inferno of ethnic jingoism and bigotry. In the 21st century, Nigerian is hijacked by semi-illiterate and half-baked tribal heroes that have nothing to offer besides promoting tribal xenophobia. Nigeria has over 250 ethnic groups. It's not possible to divide such a nation into tribal enclaves. Nigeria is multi-religious. Even within same religion or sect, there is no harmony and understanding that can build a prosperous, unified nation where tranquility and development will flourish. We are tired of these bogus, destructive, fruitless slogans. Nigerians are in a daydream so long they act by never impulses, not by the dictates of their cerebral cortex. May Allah protect us all. Amin. Erot. This Sheikh Gami is a notorious terrorist and an aide to terrorist group mellowed as bandits. Hold him responsible for the serial killings in Nigeria. Please kindly give this video a thumbs up and please click on the notification button for more updates. I remain your number one news plug. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.